everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection, and car boots are back on. Car boots are back on. I got a lovely little stack here. I'm so excited that they're back on. We're doing really well for charity shops recently, but the fact that the car boots have started up again now is going to make everything a lot easier. I've got a little bit from the charity shop as well, but there's actually been 2 car boots. The first one though, they told people about it on Saturday, that it was on the next day on the Sunday. So I got there and there was like nobody there at all. I got some stuff, but very little of it was game related. There's only really this little bit here, these Blu-rays that are going to help us out. But then the second car boot, yeah, there was a lot more people there this time. It does take 3 or 4 car boots for the season to get going, especially where I go anyway. But it was still all right. We've still got a nice little pile here. I do have to apologise before we get going very quickly. So the first car boot, there's nothing for me to have shown you that I recorded anyway, apart from those Blu-rays, and it's not very interesting at all. But the second one, because I got there, I saw there was a couple of people there. I may have got a little overexcited, and I basically just ran in as soon as I got there. You know, like a toddler on a soft play, or a Jack Russell into a field where you take the lead off. Yeah, I just ran in. I forgot to turn the camera on. I was just too eager. I realised after about an hour that I hadn't. I was only there for 2 hours, and after about an hour, I realised I hadn't turned the camera on. So I've got a little bit of footage, just a very, very little bit of footage. I'll put that in so you can see that I was actually there. But yeah, unfortunately, I failed on the footage again. But anyway, let's get to why you're here. Let me show you what I've got. So firstly, let me just do the charity shops very quickly. There was 2 charity shop finds. This first one, they had 2 for £1 on CDs, DVDs and games. Had a couple games in there, but the only things that... They wanted £1 each for them. I wouldn't have paid £1 each for these, but for 50p I would. NBA 2K20 and NBA 2K22. I love basketball, as you could probably tell from all the hats I wear all the time. But the problem with the game series is they don't keep the servers on very long at all. Nowhere near like the length of FIFA or anything. So even though 2K22, you think, oh, that'd still be going. I can guarantee you it's not. In fact, I know it's not. Yeah, they just turn the servers off. And there's very limited on what you could do with like the one player options on these NBA games. But yeah, so but two for £1, I'll have a go. You don't get too much for them at all. The other thing from the charity shop was this was £3.50, as you can see in the top corner, random price, but LOL Surprise Remix. We Rule the World. I know what LOL Surprise is. I've seen the adverts selling the dolls, so I think they're like a modern day Bratz. Don't have a clue about this game. Obviously, complete quests, play mini games, earn tickets, explore festival grounds with your mates. There you go. So I don't have a Switch, as you all probably are well aware of. Doesn't have a manual, but £3.50 for a Switch game. We'll get a half decent return back of it. And it was just nice to see a Switch game in a charity shop as well. So there you go. Random price, I know, £3.50. But that's it from the charity shops. I'll do the one thing that I found from the first car boot that can help us in any way, and that is the motion picture trilogy of The Hobbit in Blu-ray. There's a copy of The Hobbit which goes for quite a bit, like over 30 quid, but it's like the director's extended cut with Blu-ray and 3D and things. We've picked it up once before. This one, I still think I get £5 cash for it. I paid £2 for it. I think I get £5 cash, maybe a little bit more on voucher, but it's the only thing that could help the free game collection that I picked up in that first car boot. So there you go. That's pretty much all I can show you for that one. Now the second car boot. So firstly, bit of hardware. You can tell I'm into a car boot when I've got hardware. £2 for a PS3 controller. So again, always remember, if you're going to take it into CEX at least, they always want the barcode on the back. I'm not going to lie, I haven't tested this one yet, which is very risky when you're buying any hardware from a car boot, but I only paid £2 for it. And I did the usual clicky test, and everything feels fine, especially the analogs, which is usually the bit goes on. So £2, I've took a gamble. Hopefully it works absolutely fine, but there you go, a bit of hardware, fantastic. So now games, just got games. So this first one, she wanted £2 a game. I said, she wanted £1 a game. So £2, I said, would you take £1.50? She said yes. And that is the Lego Movie video game. I've watched the film, never played the game. It doesn't look like a normal Lego game. It looks a bit more story-driven, defeat Lord Business. Yeah, great film, not played the game. I've already got it on the Xbox 360, so we're moving that one on. And the other one is Batman 3. Yep, Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I think I've got this one already, and I've said it so many times. They've all merged into one, the Batman and the Marvel Lego games for me. I don't know if I have or haven't played it, but I'm pretty sure I've got that one. So £1.50, not too bad. This was much nicer. So lady, she's got there, she got a little pile of Xbox One games, loads of fodder. She wanted £3 a game. There was 2 in there I wanted. I said, would you take £2 each? She said yes. So I paid £4 for these 2. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I know I've got this on either Xbox One or PS4 already. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan, like I've said. If I do want to play it, I tend to go for more of the World War II stuff, the older stuff, World War II Vanguard, that sort of thing. I really don't like the futuristic stuff, but Black Ops is all right. So yeah, anyway, £2 for that one. I'll probably be moving that one on because I'm pretty sure I got it. And then Grand Theft Auto 5. I can't remember when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Is it 2025 or is it? I think it's 2026 actually, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is, but £2 anyway. Fantastic condition. There is nothing I can say to you now that you probably don't already know about Grand Theft Auto 5, but fantastic condition. Those 2 for £4. Happy days, get a nice return on that. I think I'll be trading both in. So where I gone? And actually, I'm now realising I've only actually got 2 more purchases because they're just 2 bundles here. So this first one is, I got this one a little later on actually. She wanted £1 a game. I said, would you do 5 for £3? She said yes, which is absolutely lovely. And they are, oh, here we go. Call of Duty Black Ops, another one. So yeah, I have. You'll see that in a minute. Anyway, Call of Duty Black Ops doesn't hold the price that it used to. It dropped right down in price. It's sneaking back up again now, but it's not that that common game that you find all the time that CEX give you loads of voucher for, but you still get half decent return for it, definitely. So Call of Duty Black Ops, and then Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So I've managed to actually pick up Call of Duty Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, all on different consoles this year, today. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, yeah, you don't get as much for it on the PS3 as you do for the 360. I don't know why. Ratchet and Clank, A Crack of Time. I've definitely got this one. I believe this may have been the first one on the PS3. I think this is the first Ratchet and Clank game they had on it. Lovely condition, absolutely brilliant. I don't know which of these are vintage worthy. I haven't looked through to see the condition of all of them. This one is. Oh, that's beautiful, that is. That's absolutely cracking. Don't know if it's worth putting on vintage though. Don't know what this goes for. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time, fantastic. Dirt 3. I think I played Dirt 2 on the 360. I think I've got this on the 360. I need to have a look. But yeah, it's a rally game. It's actually quite good. It's a good game. Think modern day V-Rally for those of you that are a little bit older. If you haven't played it, there you go. Dirt 3, not bad at all. Good game, worth picking up. And then this one's a nice one. So this is Gladiator, Sword of Vengeance. It was £1 at some point in time. It's an 18, a warrior slave chosen by the gods to restore the glory of an empire. I'm not just adding PS2 games to the collection anymore. I'm going to give it a good half-hour play, see if it's any good. It's in cracking condition. If it's anything like Shadow of Rome, it'll be great. However, I'm willing to bet it's not. It's probably just very loosely based on the same premise of being a gladiator in the Colosseum. So yeah, Gladiator, Sword of Vengeance, not too bad. Pick that one up. I'll give that one a go, see if it deserves to stay in the collection. Then this last one, this is a nice... So, there was a family that's shown up. They had quite a lot of stuff, loads of stuff in boxes. They're just chucking it down. And one of the other guys that goes there and buys games, he said, have you got any games? The guy said yes, and he chucked in this box, and this box had about 40, 50 games in it. So I thought, I'm going to wait for him now, because it's one of the rules of car booting. I sat there, waited for him to go through. As he went through the box, he put the ones that he'd looked through to the side. I said, do you mind if I have a look at the ones you've gone through? He said, no, of course not. So I sat down and basically looked at them after him. There was then another guy that came and sat next to me, and he sort of went through afterwards as well. So there was a little conveyor belt check. So I got second dibs on this box. The good thing was they only wanted 50 pence a game. So you can't go wrong, can you? I got 10 games for a £5. Absolutely brilliant. And they were... Injustice 2. CEX only want like £2 for this game. If you're looking for a good fighting game on the Xbox One, Injustice 2 is absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love this game. I already got it. Completed this game. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, brilliant game. Absolutely brilliant. If you're looking for a fighter, that's a great game to pick up cheap. Sniper Ghost Warrior. The cover rings a very, very recent bell. Have I picked this up recently? I know I've already got this one because I've seen this cover before. Again, I'm all confused with the Sniper Elite series, to be honest with you. I don't think I've played... In fact, I haven't. I know I haven't played that one, but I'm pretty sure I've got it, so we're moving that one on. I've got another Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. Picked that up hundreds of times. Brothers in Arms How's Highway? I know I played a Brothers in Arms games on the PS2 and didn't really get on with it. I'm pretty sure I've got this one on the 360. I've seen a lot of people say that this is right up there with some of their favourite games, so it's got to have some merit to it, hasn't it? Ubisoft, Unreal Engine. So yeah, it could be quite good, but I haven't played it personally, but I've heard it's okay. Mercenaries 2. This is quite a popular franchise as well. There's a couple Mercenaries games. It's made by EA. Havoc, yeah, so it's probably got some good production behind it. Payback, Mercenary style. Haven't played it. Lovely condition. Yeah, can't say too much about it, but it's 50p, so I had to go. I think it'll be all right. I don't get too much more for it than that, but you can't go wrong with 50p. So, body count. So I've definitely got this. This is one of those games I always look at and think, I'll give that a go. It's very much on my backlog. I just never get around to playing it. First-person shooter, campaign, co-op, competitive online multiplayer, but I'm willing to bet the servers are down now. The case has seen better days. The manual's quite nice, actually. Oh, the disc is absolutely minty as well. It's a shame about that cover. Body count, yeah, I keep looking at it. I really do need to give it a go because it always takes my fancy, but not quite enough to make its way over to the console. So, Far Cry Instincts Predator. This is the first Far Cry game you could get on the... I don't know if it's the very first Far Cry game on console. Definitely the first you can get on the 360. I don't know if there's one on PS2 and the original Xbox, but yeah, not played it. I'm going to assume it's Far Cry. That, you know, the ones that we're all used to, maybe with just a graphical, not as good graphically, don't know what I'm trying to say there, as the other Far Cries because it came out earlier. But yeah, Far Cry Instincts, there you go. Oh, this one, Shell Shock 2, Blood Trails. I played one of these games on the PS2 purge last year and I got rid of it. It wasn't very good. The graphics weren't fantastic, which again, looking at the back, they don't look fantastic at all. It's just one of those American propaganda games where it's just a bit racist and a bit, you know, where the Americans change history to suit their own narrative. It's really weird. I can't suggest you get that, but I don't think I've got it on the 360. If I don't, I'm going to be keeping hold of it, unfortunately, because I'll need it, but I certainly won't play it. It's one of them. I don't suggest playing it. This one, though, I played this a very, very long time ago. John Woo presents Stranglehold. Yeah, this stars Chow Yun-fat. Remember him? Don't see him very often now. It's like Max Payne. You do the bullet time and everything. It's a very short game. I think it's one of the first games that came out on the 360. It weren't fantastic back then, actually, so I can't imagine it's held up very well at all. It was 50p in CX at some point in time. Yeah, fond memories of that game. I enjoyed playing it. It was one of the first games I had on 360. However, I don't think it was that good. But again, 50p, I'll pick up. And the last one, Spec Ops: The Line. Who remembers last year when the Xbox 360 was the only content you could watch because they closed down the store and everyone went Xbox 360 crazy and a couple games were just spiked overnight in price. This was one of them because they took it off the store. It has come right down now. It's still high to where it was. I played this game. I played it a couple of years ago. It's a good game. People would have you believe that the storyline in it is amazing. It's good. It's not amazing. The gameplay is decent, not amazing. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely not worth the 30 odd quid it got up to. You play as it's like three of you and you're in Dubai, I think it is. Like a Dubai that's had like a sandstorm. There's sand everywhere, but there's still buildings. I can't remember what you're actually trying to do. Not a bad game. Not a bad game, but not as groundbreaking as some people would have you believe. Put in the comments, actually, your views and opinions on Spec Ops: The Line. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think it's as fantastic as a lot of people say it is, especially in regards to how different the story is. But there you go. Look at that. Absolutely, look, it's fantastic. When the car boots are back on, absolutely fantastic. You get so much more stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. So we've got to get it all for free. So I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to go to CEX. I'll be back in a minute. And I am back from CEX, so let's do what we do. Let's make everything free. Firstly, we need to know what everything you just saw cost. 22 quid. So let's take £22 away. That's what we've got to get back. That's what we spent on our first car boot of the year. So how do we get that back? Put a few things on Vinted. Nothing sold. So I just walked into CEX and got it all. LOL Surprise was a fiver. GTA 5 was 7 quid. That Hobbit trilogy was 7 quid. And then 150 for Black Ops 3, 50p for Injustice, 50p for Brothers in Arms and 50p for Stranglehold, which gives us exactly £22. So stick £22 back up there. That is very simple this week. We're all free. Back by popular demand. I have to say this is the first video I've actually recorded since asking you all in that last one whether you minded me dropping the voucher or not. That was met with a absolute categoric no, bring it back. So I do apologise, it's back by popular demand, so please enjoy it. So everything we put on a voucher was 16 quid for a PS3 controller, that's good. Spec Ops The Line, 8 quid, so that's where that at the minute. Black Ops 2, 160. Ratchet & Clank was 4 quid. Dirt 3 was 120. Call of Duty Black Ops then on the Xbox 360 is currently around 4 quid. So I think it's gone up ever so slightly. NBA 2K22 is 60p. NBA 2K20 is 80p, so you get more for the old one. Body Count 120, Mercenaries 140, Far Cry 160, COD 120, and Sniper Game was 80p, which gives us £42.40 on a voucher. So let's stick that up there. So that is an absolute result. First car boot, we got it free, 40 odd quid on a voucher, which what? Nearly the price of a brand new game, isn't it, for free, which is absolutely brilliant. I've kept a few things as well. First one is, so I say this all the time, I definitely do, check your games before you take them into CEX, especially if you've got a few. Because it turns out I don't have the Lego Movie video game, so keeping hold of that one, glad I checked it. So that one's going into the collection. And yeah, Shell Shock 2, Blood Trials, keeping hold of this one because it's an Xbox 360 game I don't have. I've mentioned this before, I would really like a full Xbox 360 collection. However, in reality, I've been collecting in this way and mainly Xbox 360 games for about, what, 9 years now? And I'm about halfway through, and I've probably got the more common ones mixed in with those as well. Am I going to carry on for another decade in this manner to get them? Probably not. So if I can get as many of the 360 games as I can, fantastic, but I'm certainly not going out my way to ever say that I'm going to get a full collection one day, because I don't think it's reasonable. However, Batman 3, keeping hold of this one by default. A bit of advice, if you've got a young lad and you're about to go into CEX and trade in a Batman game, make sure we don't see it, because he has no idea what this game is. Don't even think he knows what games are, but he sure as hell wouldn't let me trade that one in. So Batman 3, keeping hold of that one to keep my lads happy, which is the story of my life. And then the last one that I'm keeping hold of, Gladiator Sword of Vengeance. I stuck with it, so I played it. It's like a hack and slash, a lot of blood in it. It's based in a Colosseum, but like it's not a normal Colosseum. It's like proper over the top. You like go through these different stages and they're like hordes of enemies come at you. And it's just like a hack and slash. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I just bashed square the entire time and I just killed them all off. It was a bit of fun, actually. It's not terrible. The graphics ain't terrible either. So it managed to make its way into the collection. I was actually pleasantly surprised with it. So Gladiator Sword of Vengeance, proper gory game, kept hold of that one. So yes, there we go. First car boot. Got it all for free. 40 odd quid in a voucher and a couple of games to add to my collection. I will never ever complain. Like I say, car boots are back now. Car boots are the first 3 or 4. They're always a bit slow, always too many buyers compared to sellers, but we're going to get going now. We're going to get going with it. Before I let you go, I just want to mention something. I've been meaning to ask for about 3 or 4 episodes now, and I keep forgetting to do it. So a lot of you send me messages on Instagram and Vinted and ask me questions in the comments. Lots and lots of questions, which is absolutely fantastic. Some people ask me the same questions, as in not the same person asking the same questions multiple times, but people ask me the same similar questions. So I thought I've never really done a video where I really answer many questions. So I thought, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask or anything you're curious of for me to answer. A lot of people ask me questions about how I collect and clarify things about the free game collection, how I go about doing things at Car Boots is a very popular one. Any question you've got, if you want to put it in the comments or send me a message on Instagram or Vinted if you want to, feel free to, and I might try to do like an extra little bonus video. I'll put it up on a Sunday or something, a little extra one, just because I just notice I get asked a lot of questions, which I absolutely love, but I could probably do a nice little video and sit here and have a cup of tea and a natter with you and do a little extra one, because I like doing that sort of stuff. So yeah, if you've got any questions, comments, send something on Instagram. I'll make a little list and we'll go through one day and answer and tell you a little bit more about myself. So yes, there we go. I am going to stop blabbering and I'm going to leave you to the rest of your day. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.